Hello, Cancer. And what you're looking at right now is your 2019 yearly predictions for love and relationships. This is a new format. I hope you'll be happy with it. Um, Less of the academic explanations for the cards. And you probably want to see some face-to-face commentary. So, let me pause. So what you're looking at here is 21 cards, 3 rows of 7, and you should be able to see my little arrow making its way around here. So this first row is January through April. This second row is going to be May through August, and then this last row is the end of the year, September through December. So it's just basically the story of your love and relationships throughout the entire year, starting at the beginning of the year with this card right here, and then this card right here is where we're going to end up. Okay, so I'm going to be looking at my notes from time to time, and my first impression, the theme for your reading is about letting you live your life, okay? But it's also about emotionally establishing your boundaries with your love interest or partner, knowing where you're going to draw the line with your relationships. Now, there are a few things I want to point out. There's always a root card in my readings. So this card right here in the middle, 6 of Swords, this is always the card of traveling over water physically, but it's also the card of emotional healing. And you'll see that it does have the swords. It has all 4 elements actually. It has the water. The boat is made out of wood, which represents earth. The oar is fire. It functions as a wand, and then you have the swords, which represents air. But this is about emotional transitions, getting yourself to a better place emotionally, okay? So that's your root card. When I look for your major arcana cards, it kind of blows my mind because, and I think this happened with Pisces as well, you only have 2 major arcana cards. You have the Chariot, which is about conquering obstacles, moving forward, making progress. And believe it or not, that's what the 6 of Swords is also about as well. And then the second major arcana card is right here with Karma. And Karma is all about what goes around, not just what goes around comes around, but your fate, your destiny, based on the decisions that you make. Whatever you decide, whatever actions you take now, it's going to have a domino effect in the future. And so when things come back around and events happen, you're like, how did this happen? It's because in the bigger picture, it's a little bit of the decisions and the actions that individual people make in their lives, and how those decisions all have a domino effect and how they all affect everybody. You know, we're not isolated. We're not living on an island. Karma is about how we're all connected to each other and how our decisions affect each other. And karma can also represent a very big momentous event like having a child or getting married. Okay, some event that changes your life forever. So those are the only 2 major arcana cards you have. So, but it doesn't mean that there's not going to be anything significant happening in your life. It's just not going to be as big of a scale as you might expect. Okay, so this is your root card. These are your 2 major arcana cards. As I go to this first row, according to my notes, here's what I said. Can we solve this problem once and for all? And I want to point out that you do have some cups here which represent water in your water sign. These cups are reversed. You have a King of Cups reversed, you have a Two of Cups reversed, and then you have a Seven of Cups here, the card of emotional choices, and then you end on an Eight of Cups, which is about walking away or emotionally establishing your boundaries or leaving, letting go and moving on, okay, and to a better life. So the water is also significant here because that's where I'm getting this impression that there are things that are not working in your relationships or problems that need to be addressed. And it's coming down to you thinking, okay, how much more of this can I take? How am I going to address this? So the first row from January to April is about, can we solve this problem once and for all? Meaning that problems that have never really been resolved are still continuing and you're reaching a breaking point. So this first card, you have that Seven of Pentacles reversed, and Seven of Pentacles is usually the card of waiting. You also have another seven right here, okay, and a Seven of Wands here. So the only card you do not have is a Seven of Swords. The number seven is a card of strategy. So when you have these two sevens here, seven is the card. Seven of Pentacles is the card of waiting with good expectations. You're waiting for something you're waiting for a project or something to finally be completed. You're waiting for success. And when it's reversed, it's usually waiting in vain. You've been waiting, nothing's changing. So interestingly enough, especially with these two wands, and you have these swords, you have this Ace of Wands, which is about a new beginning, being inspired. But it's followed also by this King of Cups reversed. Now, what I'm seeing here with these two cards is a clash between you and your love interest, or you and your partner, where your partner wants to start over, or your partner, aces are all about new beginnings. But it feels as if your partner wants to go in a different direction, and you're not happy with it at all. And so I get this sense of waiting in vain for a relationship to take off, or a relationship to progress, or even a problem in a relationship that needs to be addressed. But nothing has happened, and so your partner is still getting started. Your partner is still at the beginning. Emotionally, I think that this is about being very frustrated, very, as I said, fed up, because then this is followed by the Eight of Swords. And so this Eight of Swords is all about confusion, which leads to defensiveness. You and your partner are going to clash. I definitely feel that. Your love interest, there's going to be obstacles between you two, because I'm getting the sense that both of you want different things in a relationship. Some of you who are in long-term relationships, you might be growing apart. So we have a Four of Swords, which is a break, a retreat. It could be a breakup for some of you, but it can also be pulling back, rethinking things, taking a break, getting some space. And then you have a Six of Pentacles here. In Pentacles, they're usually representing coins, the financial aspects they represent finances or career in a relationship reading. Pentacles are very slow, they're very physical. There's not a lot of emotion going on here. So whenever I see Pentacles in a relationship reading, I'm looking at just this simple idea of the physical transactions, the physical relationship, the physical aspects of a relationship. And this is usually the card of generosity. So as I go through this first row, I get a sense of frustration with your love interest or partner. I get a sense of the partner getting defensive back because they sense that you're not happy. I get a retreat, two of you pulling away, and yet there still seems to be some semblance of a relationship. There's still give and take. You two are still together physically, but emotionally there might be some residual problems going on here because you and your partner are on two different paths. Okay? When I get here to this middle row, according to my notes here, knights are acting out. You've got 3 knights here. Now, knights are about action. They go to war. And usually when knights show up, it is about change and shifts in your life. And you've got a lot of that going on. And then, once again, a Knight of Cups reversed. So this whole theme of you emotionally pulling back, getting fed up, being unhappy, and wanting change is like I said, it's being amplified now. So you got a Knight of Pentacles facing off with a Knight of Swords. The Knight of Pentacles is slow, but the Knight of Pentacles represents loyalty and friendship, consistency, responsibility. And then we have a Knight of Swords, which is about being fearless and courageous and attacking pettiness and arguments and disagreements. Okay? And so I feel like these 2 knights here that are facing off, they're facing each other. The position of the cards is very important. I feel like they're facing off to resolve a problem. And maybe you and your partner are weighing, as far as the direction of the relationship, you're weighing time versus goals of where you two want to be. If you're going to stay together, how are you going to work this out? So you're balancing, as I said, pentacles are very slow, but there's something to be said for taking things slow and thinking things through versus the impulsiveness and speed of this Knight of Swords. But then we see this Chariot, and as I said, you see the 2 horses here. The 2 horses have to work together to move past obstacles. And so you get this sense of traveling. These are horses. Horses are a symbol of power and strength and movement, moving forward. And then we get another traveling card. As I said, you've got that 6 of Swords. But then all of this action meets the Knight of Cups reversed. And sometimes this Knight of Cups, when you have all of that action from a knight, and Cups represents feelings and emotion and intuition, once again, it seems to echo what's going on with the King. The King always gives knights direction. They tell the knights to go to war. The knights serve the King. So you are still emotionally detached, maybe even a little bit depressed, even emotionally worn out. And so that's when another 7 appears. So knights and the number 7 are very significant in your reading this year, next year. So 7 of Cups is about not procrastinating, making an emotional choice. And so this idea that you've been emotionally drained coming through 2018, and then 2019 you're trying to move forward, but as I said, it feels like the biggest issue is you and your partner not being on the same page, or you and your partner wanting different things. And so you get this 7 of Cups. Sometimes it's about daydreams and building a pie in the sky and daydreaming and not avoiding and basically avoiding the choices, but you have to choose. So that's when we get more of the pentacles here. These pentacles seem to be stabilizing the relationship. They seem to be pointing towards problem solving and more stability. So you have a page of pentacles, which is about the problem solving, addressing the issue, looking at solutions and making progress, which is, I think, pretty good. Now, this Wands energy, which I think is attached to your partner, especially this Ace of Wands and this Seven of Wands. Then we get this Two of Wands, reverse. Two of Wands is the card of successful partnerships. But then this Two of Wands comes to the Three of Wands. Now, my notes here, getting your physical life together. You and your partner really trying to make it work, where you are making a life together. But here on the other side, another reversed cup, Cancer. You've got a Two of Cups reversed. And so twos are reversed here, the number two. Two is obviously the number of balance and harmony between two things. And so there's going to be a little bit of turbulence heading into the last third of the last 4 months of the year. The connection with your partner is going to be kind of fragile, because you still have this Three of Wands, where you two still seem to have overriding goals together. But how you two are working together with the Two of Wands reversed and the Two of Cups reversed, once again, this clash between fire and water that I keep seeing throughout, because you have a clash between fire and water here. Not so much here. There's no Wands energy here. But once again, I see another clash with this fire energy and with this water. And so what I see here is this Three of Wands in the middle. And you and your partner are both at odds, okay? And this can mean big disagreements. It can mean an argument, a big conflict. So we head into this second major arcana card, which is Karma, a big change, a new direction. As I said, fate and destiny coming to, it's almost as if things come to a head. And so it's followed by more of these pentacles, which are grounding. And I kind of feel that emotionally, near the end of the year, you're going to get tired of these conflicts here with your partner. And this Three of Swords, this Three of Pentacles is all about recognition, using your gifts and your talents and focusing. More than anything, it means focusing and concentrating. And then you get this Ten of Pentacles. And Ten of Pentacles is the card of prosperity. But Ten of Pentacles is also about, the number 10 obviously is the end of the cycle. This Ten of Pentacles, yes, you still have these grounding pentacles to keep things stable. Especially if some of you are living together. But then this brings me to the last card here, an Eight of Cups. And these eights are very important as well. So you've got some sevens, you've got Six of Swords, Six of Pentacles. You have an Eight of Swords here, confusion, feeling trapped. And then an Eight of Cups. An eight is always the number of progress and change. And so Eight of Cups, it feels as if emotionally you are establishing new boundaries. It doesn't mean that that some of you are going to leave your partner. Obviously this is going to play out in so many ways, but I do see you emotionally protecting yourself, stepping away from the conflict, finally coming to a resolution, especially with the help of these pentacles and the Karma card, that things are going to sort of shift and change to where you're going to come out a little bit stronger. But I feel like what this Eight of Cups is saying to all of you Cancers is that emotionally you're going to start finding a new way to take care of yourself in this relationship so that you can be stronger and so that you can feel better, so that you don't have all these cups reversed. But your partner will probably need to be put on notice. So yeah, emotionally I feel like Some of you might tell your partner this is the way it has to be. Um, I'm thinking about leaving the relationship if this doesn't change. Or some of you, based on the decisions that your partner makes as far as commitment, you're letting your partner know, okay, I'm fine with it. Let's see if we can work this out. But this Eight of Cups I think it represents a lot of emotional decisions. The Seven of Cups is a call to make an emotional decision. I feel that by the time you get to this Eight of Cups, at the end of the year, you Cancers are going to be like, yes, this is what I'm going to do. And first and foremost, I'm going to start looking out for myself and not be so giving emotionally. All right, so that was your reading. So, end of the year, January readings are coming up in a couple of days. I want to thank all of my supporters throughout the year, my regular clients. Some of you I've been reading for at least 3 years. And it's just been so wonderful to hear about all the wonderful progress that some of you have made, the new journeys that some of you are on. So this is wonderful. And by the way, I do have a special. If you go to tarotbyer.com, I have relationship readings for $10 until the end of January. So you might want to check that out as well. Okay, so that is it. I wish you love and light. I hope you're enjoying your holiday season. And I definitely wish you a happy new year. I'll see you in 2019.